Amanda was just 12 years old when she was sold to an old, rich man with many wives in exchange for a large portion of land. It was a painful fate for her. After her mother passed away, her lazy poor father could no longer take care of her. She was only a poor girl who had lost her mother and was maltreated by her own father. Since her mother died, Amanda had become responsible for providing for the household and doing all the chores. She became numb to the cruelty, living like a slave. Sometimes she wondered if the man she called her father was truly her biological dad. No one knew if he had anything to do with her mother's death. But instead of questioning further, Amanda accepted her fate, hoping one day life would get better. One day, while she was cleaning dishes in the kitchen, she overheard a phone call between her father and someone in the sitting room. They were discussing exchanging a person for land and money. Amanda was too young to understand what was happening. She was busy washing plates and only noticed an old man visiting the house, calling her his future wife. Amanda didn't think much of it and was even happy. She returned to her room while the old man and her father continued their discussion. Okay, I see why I'm here, and I don't like excuses. As we agreed, if your daughter becomes mine, that land beside the next junction becomes yours, the old man said. Yes, I agree, Amanda's father replied. After an hour of discussion, the old man shook hands with Amanda's father and left the compound with his guards, leaving Amanda's father alone. Amanda's father began rejoicing and dancing in the sitting room over the promised 30 acres of land. Now I can live a better life and not be a poor, foolish man, he said as he celebrated. But the rest of the day felt like a nightmare for Amanda. Her father treated her badly and made her feel unwanted. As if that wasn't enough, he turned her into his slave. He locked her inside a room so no one would notice. Amanda was suffocating, as the rope tied tightly around her mouth was hurting her badly. She tried to scream but could not. She tried to move, but she had been beaten so badly by her father that she couldn't even take a step. She was bruised, and one of her legs was bleeding badly, causing her to scream until she was exhausted. A few hours later, a black luxury car drove into the compound. One of the bodyguards opened the door, and the rich old man stepped out. Amanda's father was sitting in front of the house, reading a newspaper. When the car arrived, he was shocked to see such a beautiful vehicle in front of his compound. He immediately rushed to check who the visitor was. When the rich man got out of the car, Amanda's father was pleased. "My chief, I didn't know you would be here today," Amanda's father said as he welcomed them inside. Meanwhile, Amanda, who was tied up, was in a dark room, struggling to get any air because the room had no windows and a very strong door, making it hard for her. While the chief and Amanda's father were in the sitting room, the bodyguard stayed outside as they discussed matters for about 40 minutes. After their discussion and agreement, Amanda's father went to the room where Amanda was tied up. He dressed her as if nothing had happened and warned her not to say a word when they reached the chief in the living room. 4 minutes later, he brought Amanda into the living room, dressed in a beautiful gown her late mother had bought for her. He did this so the chief would see her looking fresh and attractive. When they entered, the chief smiled, showing how pleased and interested he was in her. He stared at Amanda as if seeing her for the first time. Then Amanda's father introduced the chief to her as her future husband. "Amanda, since your mother left us, life has been difficult. Now, I am getting you a husband," he said with a fake smile. When Amanda heard what her own father said, it felt as if the world